Brandon Gaudin. And yes, it's January 7th, but we have Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray. They'll come out throwing here on first down. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7, and it was the visiting Cardinals who came away with the victory. So now they've got a chance here to sweep the season series if they can get the victory in Glendale. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Seahawks at 9 and 7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Well, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Smith. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
Get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
It'll it'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. Shotgun now for Murray. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled. Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker and a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now Gino. Flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Throwing on first down is Murray. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Seahawks. And now off to the races down the right side. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Looking for a bounce back, had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
88 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's Chandler.
Oh, able to avoid him. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him up already in this opening half.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Second and 12. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a second straight play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw, Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at about the 14. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Play fake. Murray. Rolling to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. Murray now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Out of the gun, Smith.
We'll get that to Charbonnet.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? The final shot here before break. Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes our score 17-0.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So we reach halftime and what's been a...
Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. No gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
They run it with Chandler.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Hey, hold on.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He's to the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Ty Chandler, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cards are able to cut into that deficit.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 24.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 1st and 10, Smith. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us down?
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 32-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. First down, Murray under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
Murray now on first down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Trey McBride, the target on that throw. That'll bring up second down. Murray going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. The Cardinals on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Again, it's Charbonnet. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Effort play from B.J. Ojulari to drop him for a loss.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Smith. throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here we go on fourth. Smith escaping the pressure right.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked off by Marco Wilson. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was fourth down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. To throw is Murray. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on third down.
There's Charbonnet once again.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
They snap it to Smith.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. And that should just about do it.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So the victory here for Seattle.